Step up to the plate, it's a brand new game where the diamond meets the blockchain name. From curveballs thrown to coins that fly, we're swinging for the fences, shooting for the sky. Fast pitch updates, stats so slick, and crypto tips that really stick. Whether it's sliders or ledgers, we decode the play. From Satoshi to Shohei, we got the way. So grab your glove and your digital keys. It's time for fastballs and NFTs. This is the show where baseball meets bits. Welcome to the part where every episode hits.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Dugout. I'm Katie Randall, and I'm here with my co-host, the one and only Crypto Dan. Dan, you ready to talk some baseball and crypto?
Always, Katie. I mean, this week's been wild on the diamond and in the markets. But let's start with college baseball, because, wow, LSU just keeps stacking those trophies, huh?
Yeah, LSU's run in the 2025 College World Series was just, dominant. They took down Coastal Carolina in the finals, and it wasn't just the win, it was how they did it. Anthony Ianson, that freshman pitcher, was lights out. And Derek Curiel, another freshman, just raked all tournament. Both of them picked up national honors, which, I mean, that's not easy as a freshman.
And let's not forget Jay Johnson, their coach. He got named National Coach of the Year by D1Baseball.com. That's back-to-back years with major hardware for LSU. It's like every time we think the college scene's going to even out, they just reload.
Exactly. And it's not just LSU. The All-America team this year had 3 LSU guys, but also standouts like Jake Knapp from UNC and Evan Dempsey from FGCU. Plus, the transfer portal's still buzzing after the July 1st deadline. I always get a kick out of how much movement there is now. It's like free agency for college kids.
Yeah, and speaking of standouts, USA Baseball just dropped their 26-man collegiate roster for the Japan All-Star Series. Rach Cholowski from UCLA is leading the squad. He won the Brooks Wallace Award, right?
Yep, that's the one. He's a shortstop with serious range. And Chris Stanfield from LSU picked up the Tony Gwynn Trophy for community service. I love seeing that. Guys making an impact off the field, too.
So, Katie, with all these college stars, what do you think it means for the next MLB draft? I mean, we've seen some of these names before, but this year feels stacked.
Oh, it's huge. I mean, Ianson and Curiel are probably a year away, but Cholowski's draft stock is through the roof. And, it reminds me, this is going to sound like a humble brag, but I once pitched against a future MLB All-Star back in my college days. I got her out once, and then she took me deep the next at-bat. That's the thing with these top prospects. You see flashes, but you never know who's going to make that leap.
That's awesome. I always love those stories. And hey, as we've talked about in past episodes, college baseball's just getting deeper every year. The Japan series is going to be a must-watch for anyone scouting the next wave of talent. All right, let's shift gears to the big leagues. The All-Star rosters are set for July 15th in Atlanta, and the Futures game is coming up too. Chipper Jones and Marquise Grissom, 2 Hall of Famers, are managing the Futures squads. That's got to be a thrill for those young guys.
Yeah, I mean, imagine being a prospect and getting pointers from Chipper Jones. That's like, I don't know, getting a masterclass in hitting from the guy who basically defined switch hitting for a generation. And Grissom's got that outfield wisdom. The Futures game is always fun, but this year it feels extra special.
And then you've got the Nationals just blowing it up, firing Dave Martinez and Mike Rizzo, Miguel Cairo's stepping in as interim manager, and Mike DeBartolo as interim GM. That's a lot of change midseason. I mean, I get it, but it's got to be tough for the players.
Yeah, and it's not just the Nats. The trade deadline's coming up, and the Diamondbacks are rumored to be after Eugenio Suarez. I always wonder if these moves actually pay off or just shake up the clubhouse. And, oh, did you see the fan outrage when ESPN delayed the All-Star selection show for cornhole? I mean, I love a good backyard game, but come on.
Yeah, that was wild. But at least MLB and ESPN are working on a new coverage deal, so maybe we'll get less of that next year. On the field, though, some guys are just on fire. George Springer's got a .964 OPS and 5 homers this week. Michael Busch is hitting .565, and Zach Wheeler's ERA is like 0.53. That's video game stuff.
And Tyler Glasnow's back for the Dodgers, which is huge for them. The Mets are finally getting some arms back too. Manaea, Senga, Montas, Winker. It's like just in time for the second half push.
You know, I met George Springer at a charity event a couple years ago. Super down-to-earth guy. He spent like half an hour talking to kids about the grind of making it to the majors. It's easy to forget how much work goes in behind the scenes, especially when you see these guys just raking week after week.
Totally. And with the All-Star break and trade deadline coming up, it feels like the whole league's about to hit reset. We've seen it before. One big move or a hot streak can change everything. It's like momentum is everything, whether you're a player or a team.
Yeah, and I mean, as we've said in past episodes, these mid-season shakeups always set the stage for some fireworks. I'm just hoping my knees hold up long enough to watch it all unfold from the couch.
All right, let's get into the crypto side, because honestly, it's just as wild as the baseball world right now. But first, here's a little public service announcement. When we discuss cryptocurrency, we are not providing financial advice. We are not financial advisors. Therefore, please conduct your own research before investing in anything. I hope that we made that clear. Bitcoin has been hovering around $108,000, down about 1%, due to the U.S. tariff drama. But ETF inflows are still rolling in. I saw that spot Bitcoin ETFs had net flows of over $200 million just yesterday, and Ethereum ETFs are also seeing strong inflows. That's a lot of institutional money coming in, even with the volatility.
Yeah, and Metaplanet's making headlines again. They just added over 2,200 Bitcoin to their reserves, and now they're talking about using their Bitcoin as collateral to buy up revenue-generating businesses, maybe even a digital bank in Japan. It's like they're trying to be the MicroStrategy of Asia, just gobbling up as much Bitcoin as they can before, what did their CEO call it? Escape velocity.
That's right. And it's not just Metaplanet. Ego Death Capital closed a $100 million fund for Bitcoin startups, and Reserve One is aiming to raise $1 billion on NASDAQ for a fund that'll give exposure to Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. It feels like every week a new fund or SPAC is jumping in. But, you know, with all this bullishness, there's also a lot of caution. The Mayer multiple is still in the neutral zone, so Bitcoin hasn't overheated. But sentiment is becoming quite euphoric. That's usually when you want to be a little careful, right?
Yeah, I mean, the crowd's super bullish, but history says when everyone's greedy, you gotta watch for a pullback. Still, the analysts are all over the place. Some are calling for Bitcoin to hit 120K by the end of July if macro stuff lines up. Others are saying the real top might not come until October. And then you've got people betting on 130K calls. It's, a lot of noise, but the ETF inflows are real. That's not just retail FOMO, that's big money moving in.
And Ethereum's got its own drama. Some analysts are super bullish. Tesseract's CEO is calling for $6,500 by year-end, which is like a 160% jump. But others are more cautious, saying Ethereum's user activity is still lagging, and the case for treasury adoption isn't as strong as Bitcoin. So it's kind of a split camp. But the Pectra upgrade and those ETF inflows are definitely helping the narrative.
It's funny, Katie, because it reminds me of those momentum swings in sports. Like, you can have all the stats and projections, but sometimes the crowd gets too hyped and the team stumbles. Or you get that underdog run, like Murray State in the College World Series last year, remember? And everything just clicks. Crypto's the same way. Momentum can flip in a heartbeat.
Exactly. And, you know, as we've talked about in previous episodes, institutional inflows are changing the game. It's not just about the price anymore, it's about who's holding and what they're doing with it. But, like in sports, you gotta keep your head on a swivel. Volatility's part of the deal.
Couldn't have said it better. All right, that's going to do it for this episode of Crypto Dugout. We'll be back soon with more baseball drama and crypto chaos. Katie, always a pleasure.
You too, Dan. Thanks for hanging out with us, everyone. Stay sharp out there, and we'll catch you next time on Crypto Dugout. Bye.
See you, folks.
From base hits to Bitcoin, we covered it all. Swinging through markets and making that call. Fast balls and flash trades, plays that amaze. Another wild ride through the blockchain maze. Stats on the field, coins in the chain, we break it all down. Pitch by pitch, block by block, no pain. If you love home runs and crypto games, this is your dugout in the digital game. So till next time, keep your wallet tight. Watch the charts and the Friday night lights. We'll be back in the booth, ready to ball. This is baseball and blockchain.